Call the meeting of December 13th to order. If you call the roll, please.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. First item is Economic Development Department update. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor, it's the time of year where we begin our departmental updates, and the first one that we're going to start with this evening is Economic Development Airport. And Russell is going to tell us what's been happening the last year.
Evening, council.
Evening.
Yeah, PowerPoint we can run through here. Our unemployment our employment numbers are still 2.9%, so it's sub 3%, which is basically a very small amount. It's similar to a lot of the other surrounding counties around us, but our population, it reflects that we're not seeing a whole lot of growth, but people are leaving or being replaced. So it's basically the same as it has been for a while. Average annual wage is in the $39,030. This is the latest numbers that we have, 18 to 96 average hourly wage. This is up until October, which is the latest number that we had at the time, which was 2.8%. So it's down from a high of 4.8 at one point in February. So a lot of employed folks. And there's that crazy blip that happened in 2020. All over everywhere. Went up to 14%. A little over 12% for next quadrant down. Here's some comparisons from counties our size and surround us. As I've said in the past, Callaway County is kind of an anomaly, is that they have Ameren's facility there, which makes a difference, and they do have some other state government agencies as well. There were a total of 132 different commercial repairs for almost $5 million in valuation. And there were 6 new commercial structures built for a total of $12.6 million total project. The airport did see some improvements to the runway lighting system on the short runway, the 1836, which was the original runway. It is 50 feet wide, but federal standards make it, they say it should be 60 feet. So when we replace the lights, they're new LED lights, as you can see up right there, we put them 5 feet on either side of the runway so that we can add another 5 feet of pavement eventually, somewhere down the road. As it says there, we put in over 7,000 feet of new wire. Jay was having problems with coyotes digging it up and chewing on the wires. And they also replaced the constant current regulators, which allow a pilot to come in and be able to turn on the lights from the air. So those are new. And the facility itself is fantastic. One of the new additions that's expanded is the Mexico Strength and Fitness within the old ledger building. Milan Insurance Agency is building a new facility. It's behind Pearl Motor. Saddlebrook is off of Highway 22, which is Jack Creason's subdivisions. And he's just put in for 12 additional lots, I believe.
12 lots, actually we tested the sewer today, everything, all the utilities are in place on it.
And it's our understanding that several of those new lots are already sold. We have 3 different subdivisions currently Saddlebrook, Jack's other subdivision with his partner, Oak Acres, which is on the south side of town, and then the new subdivision is going to go on in at the Oaks, which will be a different mix of housing. That'll be 33 lots, is my understanding. This is the new health facility, if you will. It's a new try. They have a new style, I guess, if you will. You pay about on a monthly basis. You can come as many times as you want. It's like $50 a person per month. And it's apparently doing pretty well. We make house calls. So it's an interesting concept. 2 new young doctors in the community. This is the United Healthcare's new facility. They did keep the offices in the other one, and they were out of space. So it was a nice development. Really needed that for that corner to be dressed up. It really helped a lot. The Smiley's facility here, the senior health consultants, it's in the Old Commerce Bank building, driving building. There's just another shot out. Home Bank, I don't believe I had that shot when it was completed the last time, but this is it. And the scooters in the background, apparently they're doing pretty good business, the scooters. And this is the facility that we sold, the building that's city-owned. Abacus Logistics, they're doing pretty well. They're planning an expansion on the north side of the building. They started moving dirt for that, so that'll be nice to see in the future. Spartan continues to add people. It's a state-of-the-art facility. It's beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go in and see all the vines and that, it is very modern. Especially with the advent of all the new EPA standards and whatnot, and mileage requirements. Those lightweight aluminum and magnesium components will really be a high demand item. This is the old Brookstone building that True Manufacturing has purchased. They have painted this side of it. It looks a lot different, a lot nicer. They will have, once fully staffed, 35 people, from what I understand, in that facility. Apparently it is already full. The Missouri Partnership is the marketing wing for the state of Missouri. They do several different events throughout the year, and some of them are out of state, obviously, out of country. They're the main group that we deal with as far as getting prospects in. We do find some on our own. People do contact us on our own. We do our own marketing as well. But they represent the state, and they are contacted, have a lot of contact with the consultants, where a lot of our leads come. So some of the events they'll do, we'll participate in a couple of these. I've done Atlanta and Greenville before, and Cleveland, Pittsburgh before. And some of these don't really equate to us because those consultants don't typically do business in the Midwest. But those, Ohio's considered Midwest, Chicago, etc. Some of the different things that they'll do, they'll also do luncheons at different events. They'll bring consultants in that may have interest in the Cardinals game, Royals game, Chiefs game as well, and then they'll wine and dine and talk about Missouri. Some of the other events they'll do throughout the year. I did mention the population. We're really working hard trying to get different subdivisions going. We spoke to several different people about starting some. The 3 that we currently have will be beneficial, do a lot of good. We need people to move here. We're seeing a lot of we're not getting a lot of the development I think we should be because of all the progress we've made in our park system and I think we're a very progressive city. So hopefully this, we'll be able to get a campaign out there to let more people know about Mexico and more people move here. I think we're starting to see some of that already. I understand it's some of the lots of solar people that are from out of town. And that's nice to see. Some of them moving here from California on the side unseen. So it's kind of an interesting concept, something we never really had to deal with before. Some more things on the airport. MoDOT did do some work, replacing 95, did some pavement replacement. Our city maintenance crews had a little extra time, so they were able to get out there and fix some drainage issues that we had around some of the hangars. So that's something that was nice. We can work with Kenzie's group and really get those done. Plant Science Center, the tiger soy that's in there has inquired about purchasing that facility. That, as you know, is jointly owned, third shares by the University of Missouri, the city, and Missouri Technology Corporation. This is being the third attempt that we've had. We finally got this thing running where it should be, and they like I said, have shown interest in acquiring it. The university is going to go through their process of legal process to sell the facility. They had to have two different types of appraisals, which we've done, and we've agreed on a price. They still want to acquire the facility. They put over $1 million of their own money into the facility, and they intend to put more investment into it if they can get it acquired. They run 2 shifts. They'd like to run 3. They have 20 people. Currently, we're pursuing 13 active economic development projects, and we've got 29 closed projects for the year. We do anticipate an announcement fairly soon, supposed to be this month, on the new ownership that belongs to the Rise Banking Company. And we've spoke to several different potential buyers of that facility, but they finally settled on somebody works for them. So that's good to see. I knew that there'd be quite a bit of interest in it because those free USDA facilities are quite in demand. Like I said, housing sales are brisk. There's only 29 houses on the market. The last I checked, the multi-listing. And so, as Bruce mentioned, you guys are aware of where the city and county are pooling our resources from the American Rescue Act Fund to create a $500,000 pool to encourage development. As you've seen the program, we call it HIP, Housing Incentive Program, and we think that'll be a benefit to some of these people.
And we have our first application on that.
That's correct, yeah. You guys have any questions for me?
Are you seeing any movement from out west back to the Midwest? Seems like the West is losing some population. People are moving, plus water's becoming scarce out there. Are any industries getting nervous, have you heard, and wanting to move?
No, not so much from industry. I know there's been several people that have moved here who have no ties in Mexico, which is kind of odd, but that's probably sold their house for a lot more money and were able to find something that was, comparable or better for considerable less. So it's a bargain. But yeah, I think eventually we will start seeing some of that. The county and the city have been working with a couple of different large dairy operations. One which is out west that had been in California and moved out of California. Now they're looking elsewhere again because of water and regulation.
More questions? If not, thank you, Russell. Keep up the good work. Next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of November 22nd.
I move to approve the amendment.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Next one is an ordinance, Bill number 2021-77, an ordinance authorizing the City of Mexico, Missouri to enter into a certain agreement and take certain actions in connection with the assignment of a lease agreement between the City of Mexico and MetroSoft LLC. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, this ordinance really applies to the building that we know locally where Boston proper is at. And this is a change of ownership, investment ownership, that they are asking us to consent to cover the details. Russell?
Yes, as Bruce mentioned, the Boston property facility is being sold to some additional investors. We have reviewed those investors and found them to be of sound. They own several different facilities throughout the Midwest. They mentioned over 14 million square feet of industrial space. The city issued taxable IRBs in the Sauce County's project, series 2007, 2007, explanation with the acquisition and improvement of real property at 1605 Elmwood Drive. The city leased the project site and improvements to MetroSoft LLC as part of the plan to provide tax abatement to Triad Catalog Company LLC, doing business as Sauce County. December 2020, East Liberty Street owner LLC acquired the property and has now advised the city that it intends to sell its interest to MacCom BP Mexico LLC. The project was initially leased by Triad Catalog Company LLC doing business. It is now leased by Austin Proper LLC. MacCom BP Mexico LLC is the lender, have requested the city consent to and acknowledge certain documents in connection with the sale. Staff recommends council proceed to two readings by title and motion passage under the tax ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Mexico to execute certain documents pertaining to the assignment of the city's taxable IRBs series 2007.
Questions?
Are they still going to be operating as Boston proper?
Yes. Yes, they wanted to keep the tenant in place.
So just a change in ownership is the building, that's it? Okay.
Just like the Sauce Ceramics facility.
Make a motion to read bill number 2021-77.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Bill number 2021-77, an ordinance authorizing the City of Mexico, Missouri to enter into certain agreements and take certain actions in connection with the assignment of the lease agreement between the City of Mexico and MetroSoft LLC. I move for second reading on bill number 2021-77.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Bill number 2021-77, an ordinance authorizing the City of Mexico, Missouri to enter into certain agreements and take certain actions in connection with the assignment of the lease agreement between the City of Mexico and MetroSoft LLC. Move for passage of bill number 2021-77.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Resolutions. Bill number 2021-78, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a task order number 12 with Horner and Schifrin Incorporated for engineering services at the wastewater treatment facility for HVAC improvements. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. As part of the ongoing needed repairs at the wastewater plant, we have some more work that needs to be done. It's on the facilities plan, and to cover the details, Kenzie Russell.
Back in 2020, which seems like a long time ago now, Horner and Schifrin did complete facility plan for us, which projected needs, both large and small, at the wastewater treatment plant. We budgeted this year for heating, ventilation, air conditioning improvements in what we refer to as the finals building. Sits by the final clarifiers out there. The building was actually constructed back in, I believe, about 91 or thereabouts. And the current systems in there are 30-plus years old. It is a corrosive environment, and so the fact that they lasted as long as they have has been good, a testament to the original. But it does need to be replaced. We do have water that moves through that building that cools the pumps. Obviously, we don't want that to be freezing in the wintertime, and at the same time, in the summer, it's necessary to keep the equipment and power cooled down to appropriate operating temperatures as well. So we're proposing to replace those systems, and Horner and Shepard has been our engineer at the wastewater plant for a number of years, familiar with it, have plans for the building and such. Their task order for designing the replacement is $16,100. That is included in the replacement budget of $93,500 that was placed in this year's budget. So we do recommend reading and passage of the resolution. Question?
I move for reading of bill number 2021-78.
Second.
Second, did someone say?
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shiver. Yes. Williams.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Bill number 2021-78, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign task order number 12 with Horner and Shiffrin Incorporated for engineering services at the waste treatment facility for HVAC improvements. I move for passage of bill number 2021-78.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shiver. Yes. Williams.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Bill number 2021-79, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign contract documents with Donaldson Excavation LLC for the Harbison Walker International Sanitary Sewer Project. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. When we acquired the AP Green property, we also acquired some issues with it as well. And one of those was sewer issues to the tenant, Harbison Walker. And therefore, we are looking at how we can provide them direct sewer without going through the current system that is not functioning well and bringing in more water than we need. And so this would be an individual system to their facility, which we budgeted for. To cover the details of what we're looking at, Drew Wilford.
Good evening, council. On your screen here, towards the south end of that property, is the Harbison Walker International site. If you're not familiar with AP Green Factories, it's actually on the south end of that driveway entrance. You can see the line on the map is the proposed sewer layout, and we're actually proposing a grinder pump lift station with a pressure line to run all the way to the city main. The nearest one is actually on the west side of Boulevard. So to proceed with this project, we advertised it in the Mexico Ledger on October 30th. And we received bids and opened seal bids on December 6th. We actually had 6 bids for the project. Pretty large variation in pricing. Notice there. Donaldson Excavating came in at the low bid of $62,958.05. We have in this year's budget $48,411.43. And as you can tell, that is over the budget. Looking at the different factors that are involved here, the city is bypass pumping that site to continue providing sewer service. So we have a portable pump out there that's actually pumping that into the city main. And that's creating additional operating and maintenance costs for the city with wear and tear on the pump. So we're recommending to take additional funds from another source in the economic development fund, the job creation and retention line item. As you may know, every business here in town must have a working sewer system in order to be in operation. So we consider that a good fit for the additional source of funding here. That has $30,000 in the budget line item, and this would require a little over $14,000 of that. So we're proposing to proceed with awarding Donaldson Excavating LLC the project for that $62,958.05. We recommend proceeding with reading by title only and passage, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Just out of curiosity, how much is it costing us right now? On average, probably a month?
You know, I don't have those numbers, and I probably should have. I can look into that and definitely get you that information.
Just curious.
How
The
long?
pump has had some issues, and so we've already had to replace the head gasket, if I can correct Mackenzie, and there are costs associated with those repairs when they come up, just like a car when you're running it. You end up having, the more you run it, the more you have to pay to maintain it. So that's an excellent question. I should have had that. I apologize.
This operation ties up our emergency backup pump. It's a large portable pump. It has to be filled with diesel fuel daily and checked on daily. So there's a manpower cost, a fuel cost, and then wear and tear. As he said, we've had repairs to make, and the fact that if we have an emergency at one of our other lift stations, then we have an issue of having that pump tied up.
Oh, yeah, mine was just a question just to see what the difference is so people could possibly understand the savings actually of fixing it versus.
Be happy to get that.
So, that was just it.
I had two questions. One is, that bid is way, a good 20% lower than the next bid. Are we sure that you're getting everything?
Right. I have spoken with the owner of the company, made sure that they understood what they were bidding on. Some of that pricing came down to pipe. A lot of the pipe costs varied here, and some of the pipe was bid at 2-inch pipe. In this case, it was bid, a couple did bid at 1.5 inches, and that is acceptable for the project. There's no downside to that. 2-inch is a very standard size that a lot of contractors use for what length you're looking at, over 1,400 feet. So if a person just plugged in the number, they may have got some increased cost with the pipe there. So we checked out all of those because just the difference between those two, but also the large difference in the bids, certainly raises those alarms. And I personally contacted all of these contractors and made sure we were all on the same page.
And second, what kind of lease do we have with Harbison Walker? What kind of time frame do we have there?
We have when we took over, it was a 5-year, so there's less than 5 years on it at this point, and the amount, Roger's in that $130,000 a year range.
It's approaching $13,000 a month.
I know at one point they approached us about maybe buying it.
There's a lot of issues that we're trying to get solved, and this being one of them. Instead of pumping the whole plant site, just get down to one, get down to the business.
Just curious, where's the other line run?
It runs north. The building, I don't know if you can see the mouse on the screen here. There's a lift station back further this direction. So it actually runs out and then north next to a lift station, which then pumps it out and over here. Hopefully you can see that.
Yeah.
Is that where your pump is sitting now, at that lift station? I see it there all the time.
Yeah, that's the pump.
Pleasure, your all's pleasure.
I move for a first reading of bill number 2021-78.
79.
79.
Excuse me, 79, wrong place.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers.
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Bill number 2021-79, a resolution authorizing city manager to sign contract documents with Donaldson Excavating LLC for the Harbison Walker International Sanitary Sewer Project. I move for passage.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Bill number 2021-80, a resolution authorizing city manager to sign a construction contract with Plan B Development for the Lakeview Lake Spillway Project.
Peter Piper Pigs.
Your Honor, this project is repairs to the dam, and as council's aware, that we did have the dams inspected, and they identified projects that we need to do to maintain those, which is also part of maintaining our insurance and everything else on those. So this is the first project, and to cover the details, Kenzie Russell.
As Bruce noted, this project arises out of the inspection of the Lakeview Dam and Spillway. And this project is to seal and repair a large crack that runs down the middle of the spillway. If you're familiar, that's a stepped concrete spillway. And right down the middle, there's a crack that has the potential of allowing water to undercut and undermine that spillway. And that was the concern. This project seals that crack, and then a number of years ago, a shotcrete cover, if you will, was placed over the spillway where the older concrete had stalled, and that shotcrete has delaminated in a number of places. This project is also to repair that delamination there. So the project was advertised. It's a fairly small project. We did receive 2 bids. Plan B Development here in Mexico was the low bid for that work. The other contractor is out of Jefferson City, and the difference in cost primarily mobilization and transportation costs that we had to put in. We're recommending to proceed with Plan B. The budget allows $90,000. The balance of the project is being currently advertised and bid. That consists of erosion control downstream. And we'll open those bids the first part of January.
How big is this crack?
It ranges from about 2 inches wide to quarter inch or so, depending on where you are. Some of it's horizontal on the step, and some of it's vertical, of course.
And you have to do that in dry weather when there's nothing coming over the spillway?
We'll have to do it in dry weather, and there will be temperature, it's an epoxy grout, so there's a temperature requirement as well. In low flow like we currently have, they will be able to divert whatever water to one side of the spillway and then dry the crack out.
Okay.
Pleasure of the board.
Okay, I move for first reading of bill number 2021-80.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Bill number 2021-80, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a construction contract with Plan B Development for the Lakeview Lake Spillway Project. I move for passage of bill number 2021-80.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Yes.
Shivers, Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Bill number 2021-81, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Bob Boyce. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, we had a hangar come open at the airport, and the next individual on the list is to take it, and to cover the details, Russell.
Okay, the attached resolution would authorize the city manager to sign this hangar lease between the city and Bob Boyce. Unless the person is interested in renting airport hangar for the airport, is maintained in the city manager's office and is also posted at the Mexico Memorial Airport. Hangar 12 has been vacated. Placement on the hanger list allows Bob Boyce to accept the hanger. The lease will be for a term of 1 year, automatically renewable. First, the hanger rent being $90 per month. The Mexico Airport Advisory Board met on April 4, 2011, and recommended to the council authorize the city manager to sign the hanger lease with potential renters as the hangers become available to those expressing an interest. Defer the postage of that recommendation. Proceed with reading and passage of the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to sign the annual lease with Bob Boyce.
Questions?
Move for reading of bill number 2021-81.
I'm sorry, who's second?
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Bill number 2021-81, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign a hangar lease with Bob Boyce. I move for passage of bill number 2021-81.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Next item, other business, staff report, purchase of a tandem axle dump truck for Public Works Street Department. Mr. Schlegel.
Yes, Your Honor, this kind of applies to the next three items on the purchasing, is that we have experienced difficulties in getting bids and buying equipment. And so we've went to the buy board type things, state bidding, things like this, to try to get bids and to look at what we can purchase for our needs. The first one this evening here that we're going to be looking at is a dump truck, and to cover the details of the bids, Kenzie Russell.
Equipment purchasing, and particularly vehicle purchasing, has proven to be a challenge, continues to be a challenge. We have a 1996 International Navistar dump truck with over 6,000 hours on it. We budgeted to replace that, and in the budget, we put $135,000, considering our normal process of contacting dealers and trading in the old truck. In this case, using the cooperative purchasing process, and Sourcewell being the purchasing group, that is a government purchasing group. We found out that the truck dealers do not have any guarantee of vehicles. Shippers indicated that they could place an order, but they had no idea when it might be honored or filled. Shippers is the international dealer in Jefferson City. We found out that a number of the aftermarket dump bed vendors had turnkey ability due to trucks assigning them a pool of trucks. And so Viking Chavez, one of those aftermarket dump bed body vendors that we have used previously, has a pool truck. And so the ability to get that has yet to be manufactured, but they have a lock on it, a guarantee for it, would allow us to purchase the truck and have it delivered sometime in the third quarter of next year. That pricing then, as you can see, we did get pricing from both Viking Chavez and Henderson, who is another aftermarket body manufacturer, also has turnkey. They provided a cost, but the bid came through Shepherd's International that was not indicated as being a cooperative purchase bid or a turnkey bid as such. However, it was very close in price to the Viking Chavez base bid. Viking Chavez has the lowest base bid at $140,661.60. They provided the couple of options, a backup camera and a dump bed vibrator, which we would like to go ahead and purchase. And so we're asking for approval of the quote from Viking Chavez with those two options. We feel that the backup camera is a safety option that would be helpful to us, and that the dump bed vibrator is another option that would be useful when we haul snow or haul asphalt. Sometimes getting material out of the bed of the truck is an issue. This would prevent someone from climbing up into the bed to knock it loose, or using the excavator, which might damage the truck, to try to reach into the bed and knock the material loose. So we feel that both of these options would be useful and would be safety options for us. So we're asking for approval of a total of $143,425.26, and we will then sell our older truck. We believe that we should be able to make up that difference in that sale without any problem, based on what we're seeing on auction sites for similar tandem dump trucks. So any questions about it? It's a little different than what we normally have.
All right.
I guess what benefit does selling it have to do other than us gaining some money? Does having an extra dump truck on hand help? Does it benefit us any? I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I know it's $13,000 or $15,000, but when you're comparing it to $143,000, it's...
Our operation is helpful for us to have a larger dump truck available. However, our normal day-to-day operations, smaller trucks maneuver around town better, and we can actually use them a little better. This older truck is also a manual transmission, and currently under the CDL licensing, we only have 2 people who can drive it. So those are other reasons besides age and hours that make it a little less useful to us than a new truck would. I believe going ahead and disposing of it's probably the best option for us.
I move for the purchase of the tandem axle dump truck for the Public Works Street Department from Viking Chavez in Midwest Green Valley, Missouri for $142,425.26.
Second.
Haley,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes. Next item is purchase of a compact pickup truck for the Parks Department. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, this is another one of those that's kind of a hybrid way to get a purchase made, but this is for the Parks Department for a pickup, and to cover the details, Chad Shoemaker.
Good evening. I'm going to sound like a broken record here. Advertisements were placed in the Mexico Ledger and the city's website. We mailed to 6 vendors for a compact 2-wheel drive extended cab pickup for the Parks Department. If you recall back to budget sessions, we've been banned for a pretty good period of time for doing special events. After we talked to the staff, it was decided that if we switched over to a small pickup truck and trailer, we could put a lot of the materials for special events on site during working hours with staff that are already on. We won't have to spend overtime to bring people in, which of course saves us some money in the long run. So we didn't receive any bids. The state bid contract did have some compact 4x2 extended cab pickup trucks available that we could still get on the list, but you're talking, quote, 30 plus weeks, unquote, is your best possible delivery. That said, those also are only available in 4 cylinders, and we're wanting to pull a trailer with this compact, so we instead of 6 cylinder. So since we ran into these excessively long lead times to order a truck from the state bid contract, we started calling around the local dealers to find out if anybody had anything on hand they could sell to us at fleet pricing. which the dealer has to get approved before they can offer us full pricing. Chevrolet has to, or Dodge or Ford has to approve that being sold on that basis. Funny enough, we found a truck at Pearl Motor here in Mexico that's on the lot. It has a 10-axle crew cab instead of extended cab, which frankly gives us more room for being able to take people to meetings and things. And it has a little bit of a chrome package on it. That's the difference in between what we spec'd and what this truck has. So the 2021-22 a budget lost $28,000 for the purchase of said truck. Our bid from Pearl Motor Company with trade-in of a 2007 Chevrolet Uplander two-wheel drive van would be a net of $28,950. We do have an asterisk in there on that trade value because our plan is to reassign that vehicle to the Animal Control Department that has an immediate use of it, I believe, and will solve some operational issues they have. And so essentially my department will eat that cost and we'll find the difference in savings of other capital items. We're early enough in the year, we should be able to do that without a problem. So our recommendation is that we purchase the 2022 Chevy Colorado pickup truck from Pearl Motor Company here in Mexico that's available for immediate delivery.
Questions?
Any questions? I move for the purchase of a compact pickup truck from Pearl Motor for $30,950.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Next item is the purchase of patrol cars for the Department of Public Safety. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, this is another one of those we had the same trouble with in getting bids and didn't receive them. But to cover the details of what we're proposing, Chief Rocket.
Once again, time to buy cars, and we put the bids out, we got no bids, and we couldn't use the cooperative procurement program, so we kind of went around and, no, you will give us a bid. So we called and found someone who was willing to do that. Mockins bid us on the Ford Interceptors, and Landmark Dodge bid us on 2 Durangos. That was the 2022s. And Lou Hughes, at the time we talked to him, had 3 2021 Durangos, but people were fighting over those already, and they had cash in hand, so I'm sure that those cars are gone by now. So we are recommending that we take the bid of Landmark Dodge for $56,945.86 for the 2 Dodge Durangos.
Questions?
I'm just curious, how much more is that than we usually pay, or is that about in line?
That's about in line.
I'd say no, with the difficulty getting them at the prices.
Remarkably, this one was kind of in line. We will probably spend another $8,000-$10,000 in upfitting them, so that'll still bring us under the budget on this one. So,
Well, for the last couple of years, we've just been getting the cars, right? We haven't gotten Durangos in the last couple of years.
we have. We've gotten, we do have some of those now. Yeah.
Do they like those better?
Bid on the-
They like the SUVs up better than the sedans.
That's what I'm saying, last year we've been on sedans, that's what I'm talking
As far
about.
as hauling big, tall people and a lot of equipment, they're better for that.
Pleasure of the board.
I move that we purchase the 2022 Dodge Durangos for $56,945.86 from Landmark Dodge, Independence, Missouri.
Second.
Hay,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shivers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Mr. Slagle, discussion of December 27th meeting.
Yes, Your Honor. Historically, we have not held the second meeting in December due to the holidays. And we can do the same again this year if you so wish to. We tried hard to make sure we got everything on this agenda this evening. So if we don't believe there will be any business, if we needed to, we could call a special meeting. But it's whatever your pleasure is. If you choose that you would not want that meeting, that's fine. And all we would need is a motion to cancel it, but we would also, in that motion, would need to pay the necessary claims as far as prepays, as far as the bills that would be required.
Not that I matter, but I'd have to zoom in because I won't be here the 27th. No matter what we do, I won't be here the 27th.
Okay. So I move that we cancel the December 27th meeting, 2021 meeting, and pay the bills.
That was awful quick.
Second.
Page,
Yes.
It wouldn't be a meeting without you.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Next item is the payment of the claims.
Make a motion to pay the bills?
Second.
Page,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shippers,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes. Next item are council comments. Begin with Mr. Hague.
Downtown decorations look really good. Thanks to the downtown project and the city for helping with that. And got to see Rudolph yesterday, so good job by our mayor. I don't know if he pulled his weight when pulling the sled, but he was there helping, so it was a good production. Congratulations, Dr. Shivers, President's Award for the Chamber. So well-deserved, and to all the award winners there, that's a great thing. So I would say if you haven't had the opportunity to go to that, it's a great event for our city. So go share those celebrations. That's all I have now.
Mr. Williams.
Congratulations, Dr. Shippers. And I will echo the fact that the decorations look wonderful uptown. I appreciate the Village Square Association and the city for getting all that done. And just FYI for everybody, the COVID is real still. I actually had COVID since the last time we met, and it was no fun at all. And I know some people get it and they think, oh, it's just a cold. I ended up in the hospital, and I'm thankful we have a local hospital. So please just take precautions because you never know how it's going to affect you. I didn't think it would affect me that way, but it did.
Mrs. Briggs.
Well, a lot of what I was going to say has been said. I hope you get better, feeling a lot better soon, Chris. I want to wish everybody a happy holiday and a happy new year, and stay safe and stay well. And I just want to say something about your presentation, Russell, but I've talked to several people now who have moved back here in town. They're engineers, they're teaching college, but they've moved here and they're staying here and they do all their work from home. And I think we're about to see a whole new, this pandemic has changed a lot. But they're coming here because it's less expensive and they like a small town. And so I think we're going to see a lot of that now. So anyway.
Dr. Shivers.
Like I said, I enjoyed Rudolph. We had a great turnout at Thailand for Christmas at Thailand on Saturday, so that was awesome. Just seeing everything that's going on. To everyone, all our department chairs and everybody, to Marcy, Patrick, all of you guys, thank you for the work that y'all done all year. It's been great and we appreciate it. So we hope that y'all get to enjoy your holidays and hopefully get a little bit of rest. Ask Bruce to give y'all an extra day off.
They've already asked for those.
Mr. Slagle.
I have nothing at this time, Your Honor.
Well, gosh, we've talked about Christmas, we've talked about, congratulations to Dr. Shivers on her award. And we're finishing, this will be our last meeting of the year, so, you know, what more can I say than another year of just living the dream here in Mexico, Missouri? It's all over. I move we adjourn.
Second.
Did you public comment?
Oh, no, I didn't. We don't have any public, so I passed it.
You passed on it?
If there's anybody out there, come in. Richard isn't.
make a motion to adjourn.
I made a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Briggs,
Yes.
Shiver,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.